Hello, this is Dalen75 Games. Welcome back to another Let's Roleplay of Dragon Age Origins. We've entered the city of Orzammar, which is in turmoil. The throne stands empty, and the assembly is deadlocked, unable to decide between Prince Balin and Educan and Lord Pyriel Hermont. The city is tearing itself apart over the crown, and there seems to be no peace, no end to it. Sorry, that Prince Balin Educan is his name, not Prince Balin and Educan. Had to do that fast, and my headset was acting up. Sometimes it gives me about 30 seconds for the first load up. Depends where you are. Sometimes it's really fast, but that time it didn't give me a chance to do it. So I noticed, I've been watching the first 8 videos. I watched the first 8 videos yesterday of this Let's Roleplay, and there's a few mistakes I made. I mean, not perfect. It's the first Let's Roleplay I've ever done or attempted to do. And one thing I noticed that a big flat-out mistake was I didn't give the proper age of Aiden Kuzlin, who's the human noble. He's actually 20 years old. I said he's 18 or 20, around there, but he's 20 years old. His brother is a couple years older than him, and as for anybody else in the group, I don't know exactly. I'm sure that's all canon. I can make whatever up I want about my own character, but if I want to look up other people, like, say, Liliana, I don't think it's going to give their age. I may have to go in the wiki. There's almost like a official wiki. I don't think it's going to say. No, it's not going to say her age or what year she was born in. But it is the year 930 Dragon. I'm pretty sure about that. And Aiden was born in 910. And each number, the first number, like this is 9, so it's a 9th century. And it's named after dragons. I've already said that before, because there was a big dragon attack in eastern Orlais. But also, I think they hit...
Does that lead out to the deep roads? I hear they're crawling with darkspawn.
Also, they hit Navarra, which will come into play later on in future games. Not Dragon Age Origins or the expansion, The Awakening, but you'll learn a lot more about the larger kingdoms around Ferelden. To the west is Orlais, to the north is the Free Marches, and in the Free Marches there's a lot of independent cities-type states, and that's where Kirkwall is. That's where basically the entire Dragon Age 2 takes place around in Kirkwall. And they have an English accent, they speak just like Ferelden's, but in Orlais they have a French accent, and Liliana was raised in Orlais, but she was born in Ferelden, so apparently, according to the lore, she looks like she's a Ferelden, which it's kind of hard for me to tell. But she has a kind of a mixture. Corinne Kempa, at least the way her voice came across in here, you can tell that it's very French, but there's also British mixed in with that, and it's, I mean, I think it's very beautiful. It's one of the more beautiful voices I've ever heard, and I think it's pulled off well. And what's this? This is a nug. It's what we're to collect from that collector. It's pretty big, actually. You wrangle the nug into a box, ready for delivery to Bormore. Quest update. So how many do we need? Found a nug. I think we just need one.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesh's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except to...
Except during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Deep stalkers?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Sounds like fun. Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Well, we don't need to go into the deep roads. Deep roads, as everyone knows, is what connects all the old dwarven, I would say, kingdoms. They're kind of like city kingdoms, city-states, underneath the earth, of course, underneath the ground. And there used to be dozens of them. Now there's only 2 in all of Thetis left. The Darkspawn is, I mean, they originally came out, they started flourishing in the deep roads, and they sacked and destroyed virtually all the dwarven kingdoms down there. And the largest one, I think, is this one. But there's also another one. I forget where the other one is. I think it's to the north, maybe around the Tevinter Imperium. But, yeah, sadly, that's it. And this happened centuries ago. Probably with the first Blight, I believe. I think it happened before the first Blight, before they went onto the surface. I should go.
Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Well, I don't plan to. I mean, the Blight's on the surface. But I shouldn't say that because the 2 visions I had were of the Archdemon underground. If everyone remembers that. I can't get past there, so there's something to inspect past there. But yes, the Archdemon was underground. And I assume that's in the deep roads. Now here's Bormer, the Nug Wrangler.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
Okay. I've got a Nug for you here.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Back in the game with 1 Nug? I hear it. Do you hear that? Yeah, I hear squeaking. So I mean, I'm just gonna... I just saw one. I assume that that has to do with this guy. I saw a Nug. There's a Nug around here. Oh, there's definitely a Nug there. They are very commonly eaten food by the dwarves. Here's a Nug. You wrangle a Nug, ready to deliver to Bormer. Now, I don't know if you can only carry 1 at a time. I'm not sure how that works, but realistically, that's a pretty big animal.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there.
I'm sure there is. And this goes to the Diamond Quarter. Now, that's where all the nobles are. I don't really want to go there first, and I have a really good reason. I was kind of like shouted down by the captain of the guard to go into the shape rate to know the dwarves first. And I don't want to go in there and start ticking dwarves off, because as you can see, I think this is the proving grounds. As you can see, they're very particular. There's another Nug down there. And I don't... easily offended.
It is sometimes so hard to believe that you have been through so much at such a young age.
I think I look younger than I am.
Yes, yes, that is possible. When I was your age, I was just about ready to take on my first apprentice. In hindsight, perhaps I should have waited a few more years. I was arrogant, my confidence bolstered by my youth.
It is so hard to imagine seeing you now.
Oh, I've had some 2 decades or so to grow mellow. Believe me, back then I was quite prickly.
So you are like a fine wine, yes? Losing the raw edges over time.
I suppose there is some truth to that analogy, but dear Maker, I do hate being compared to wine. Or cheese. Especially cheese.
I have a feeling Liliana's around 25. Now, here's another Nug. I'm only getting 12 silver each time. Well, I have no reason to go to the Proving Ground, but I want to first, before like I said, I want to go learn more about the dwarves before barging in. Because obviously I'm an outsider, and I'm bringing major demands to them when they're in the middle of a crisis. The city is almost half shut down because of this succession issue. And with no leadership and 2 sides warring against each other, that's huge. Can't see how they would function. They didn't even want humans to be in here because they don't want outsiders to see how bad it currently is. They don't want them to think that this is how it always is. This looks kind of comfortable, actually. Proving ground. So I take it...
Don't kill each other in the arena, do they? I mean, why would anyone find that entertaining?
They don't kill each other in the arena, do they? I'm pretty sure they do. Well, I know in Amaranthine they have, I mean, it's underground. They have dueling matches. That's, basically the city, largest city, second largest city in Ferelden, I believe. And that was under the care of my family, Amaranthine.
Wouldn't it be great if Balin fought Harrowmont in a proving for the throne?
I think Harrowmont's a lot older. Balin's a young son.
Can you believe how many families are supporting Balin?
Hello.
Harrowmont's men are gonna get their beards handed to them.
I'm more partial to Harrowmont from the sounds of it. He was the king's chosen successor over his son. Hello.
They say Darvianek Volny killed his own brother, then went free by winning a proving.
Hello there, dwarf.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the proving arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show.
What's a proving?
Oh, I forget you surfacers do things so differently. The provings are where the best fighters in Orzammar prove their worth and the worth of their houses. Provings can also settle matters of honor. Whoever wins receives Valos Atreidum, the ancestors' blessing. Whoever loses is deemed unworthy. All judgments in the ring are final.
And there's a proving happening today?
Prince Balin called a citywide proving this afternoon to honor King Endrin's memory. All the best fighters in Orzammar will face each other in sight of the ancestors and win honor for their champions.
Sounds like fun. I'll come back then.
Enjoy our grand city.
I'm not sure. Is it to the death? Do they fight to the death? I'm not sure how they do it. I mean, obviously I don't know their culture too well. I know a few things about the dwarves, considering that I know history quite well and the culture in the area of Ferelden.
Greetings.
Hello.
Good day, Grey Warden.
Oh, they already know who I am. I'm not just some human. I'm a Grey Warden. And this would appear to be locked. I'm not good. I just came to see what's what. This looks like this is where they sell. It looks like chicken. Oh, there's Nug there. It's like, I don't know, that kind of looked like a pig. Nugs are more like thick, hairless rabbits with short ears. More what they're like. And they sound like rodents, too. Okay, so the shape rate wasn't to the left side. I assume it's to the
I have a question
right
each
side.
may be able to answer, Elder Mage.
Must it always be Elder Mage? I'm not a wizened old crone just yet.
Would it prefer Mage well past her prime don't mind the sagging bits?
You have an odd way of requesting answers to your questions.
I'm curious about the abominations of the tower. Is it possible for such a creature to become human again?
Yes, it is simply very difficult. It requires travel into the Fade.
And is the mage the same afterwards as the mage was before?
No, I have never met such a person, but no, they are changed forever.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, wise one.
So formal. Yeah, the Captain of the Guard's a little brusque. Is it brusque or brusque? I've never heard. That's Dagna. We already talked to her.
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower.
I don't even know that. That's quite impressive.
Thank you, great lady. But am I right in guessing you haven't left Orzammar yet?
I'm not leaving Orzammar until this election is resolved.
Well, I've waited 19 years. Another month won't kill me.
The sign outside said armor. So this is a dwarven shop inside, I take it. Hello?
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail? At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
Platinum? Do you know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harriman's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Are you part of the Smith caste?
Aye, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacet, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face you're not a smith yourself.
Jannar, do you have a daughter named Dagna?
Aye. Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
I'd like to help her study with the mages.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
Damn. Okay, I didn't get to see what your wares are.
Please, don't encourage Dagna further. Tell her you were wrong and that her place is with her family.
It's kind of sad, actually. Let's see what you've got.
Of course. Keep in mind, we also take items on trade.
Okay. Let's see if he has Rock Knocker. That's an interesting name. Not as good as what I'm wearing. Dwarven heavy gloves. A lot of this is very heavy armor. But he doesn't seem to have anything of interest to me. So, unless I wanted to get traps, there's really nothing here. And thank you. It's an interesting carving here. New Codex, Life in Orzammar. The dwarves of Orzammar are quite unlike those found in most human cities. Although Orzammar derives its vast wealth from trade with human kingdoms, all dwarves who come to the surface to trade are stripped of their position in society. Dwarven merchants are so ubiquitous I know I'm mispronouncing that, in human cities that many people labor under the impression that all dwarves are merchants or that their whole race worships coin and trade. But these surface dwarves are atypical creatures, the ones willing to give up all ties to their kin and sacrifice their rank in order to conduct business. Below ground, the dwarves are people obsessed with honor, their own, and that of their family. Most nobles incorporate chainmail even into the formal gowns, because slights and insults often turn deadly. That's what I was hoping to avoid. They are people who revere excellence and strive to achieve it in all things. Even members of the servant caste have been elevated to paragons, usually posthumously, in recognition of remarkable service. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Well, that says a lot. Like, they are easily offended. We need to find the shape rate. I believe that's their archives. Poring over books while we're... This time, though, I don't know about that. But I'll
guard my son,
do what I
he
can.
is lost in darkness. Mothers, keep him safe, for you know what it is to mourn.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Who are you?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turak of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rak. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
Safe return. Your son is missing?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by dark spawn that way.
There are darkspawn. I already know that. We shouldn't abandon him. I'll look for him if you want.
How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself.
Well, I'm a Grey Warden. That's what we do.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good Widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
New quest, A Mother's Hope. Hello, dwarf.
Lord Harrowmont is such a good, caring man. He'll make a great king.
Okay, another merchant, I suppose. Hello, merchant.
King Endrin chose Harrowmont as his successor, and that's good enough for me.
Maybe he's not a merchant. Maybe he's looking over the weapons there. Here's another merchant. Hello.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
So Balin's not a traditionalist. Balin is the son of the king, who shouldn't take over, accordingly to his father. Your allegiance to Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Some say Balin killed his father.
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
You approve of this chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change.
A blight is coming. Orzammar can't be divided.
Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you.
Let me see what you have in store.
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Oh, another tome. Fear of blood magic has stigmatized academic dissection, but dedicated scribes keep anatomical works from disappearing. This book allows training that modestly increases a reader's base attributes. Okay, so you know what? We have quite a bit of money. I will buy that, so it's not overly expensive. Oh, golden symbol of Andraste. I know who to give that to. An elegant gold disc suspended from the ribbon that bears the mark of Andraste's flame. Remarkable sapphire. I think also that Shale might approve of that. Star-cut sapphire, almost the color of the night sky. Pretty. Ali King's flagon. A monument to the pot valiant in appropriately hammered gold. Lack of lid allows for quick pour and, more importantly, refill. Never a stale brew when you facilitate swift consumption. That's a lot of gifts. Silver demon head ring. An ornate silver ring with a decorative element made to look like the horned head of a demon. Interesting. And golden earrings. A pair of polished golden hoop earrings. Okay, so I think that'll do for that. I'm going to end the video here, guys. There's still a lot more exploring to do. This looks like a tavern over here by the big mugs on the signs. So I'll be back, and maybe we'll go into the tavern in the next video. Thanks for watching, and more to come.